Hello friends, today we are going to see about syllogism. It is a very important topic in logical reasoning because you can expect at least 5 questions in almost every exam, whether it is with regards to clerical job or with respect to probationary officer as well, or in any competitive exam. If there is reasoning, you will get at least 5 questions, or at least 2 or 3 questions if it is a group 2 exam. So, there are two cases in this syllogism. One is a normal one, which we do using Venn diagram like this, and the other one is the possibility cases where we cannot use the Venn diagram in that cases because the rules are completely different in that one. So we have to use the rules. So these are the rules: all plus all is all plus sum is no conclusion, all plus no is no, sum plus all is sum plus sum is no conclusion, sum plus no equal to sum not, sum plus all equal to sum not reversed, sum plus sum is equal to sum not reversed, no plus no is no conclusion, and sum plus sum not reversed plus anything, sum not or sum not reversed plus anything is no conclusion. So this is the rule. This is the main rule which we use in syllogism, and it is very important um, in this one because if we use Venn diagram, it is the far easier one than remembering these rules. But the problem is we cannot do possibility cases with Venn diagram. If we do it, we will the answers will be wrong. So it will be very useful for you guys if you could uh, know these rules, because see, sometimes if you use a Venn diagram, you might have some doubts. So to clear the doubts, you can use these rules as well. So we can confirm it. Suppose if we are not sure, if we use the rules, then we can be sure. So even in normal cases, but for possibility cases, you have to use these rules. So I want you guys to make sure that you know all these rules. Now the questions will be like this. There'll be 2 or 3 statements, and there'll be some conclusions. Then we have to answer according to it. And these will be the options. First one, if the condition 1 is true, then we have to put it as 1. If condition 2 is true, then we have to put it as 2. If either of the condition, if we are not sure which one will be true, then we have to use this one. And fourth one is, if neither of these conclusion are true, then we have to use the fourth one. And if both are right, then we have to use the fifth one. Then see, we have to know this as well. This one for normal cases. For normal cases, suppose sum A R B, we can write it as, for normal cases we can write it as sum B or A. That means it can be reversed. It can be written like this. For sum, the same applies to no as well. So no pen is a pencil. We can write it as no pencil is a pen. Pencil is a pen. We can write it like this. And the other one is sum. In normal cases, if there is something like all pen is a pencil, we we cannot write it as all pencil is a pen. We cannot write it. We have to write it as some pencils are pen. All we can write it as some. We cannot all we cannot reverse it. So this is what you have to know for normal cases. For possibility cases, if all A is B, we can write it as all B is A. It can be reversed for possibility cases. And suppose if we write it as all A being B is a possibility, then some not some B not being A is a possibility. See, this can be reversed, or otherwise we can write it as all A being B is a possibility. So are you getting the point? All A being B is a possibility. That can be written as some B not being A is a possibility. So if it is, if the answer which we are getting using all these rules like this, we can write it as this: some B not being A is a possibility. Suppose if this is the answer which we are getting, some B not being A is a possibility, we can write it as all A being B is a possibility. So this is what we have to know basically for possibility cases. If we know this one, then we can definitely do well with possibility cases, because it's extremely easy. If we know the formula, then we can do it. Now we can go for the sums straight away. And before that, in possibility cases, as I already told you before, all and sum can be changed. And the other thing is sum not sum can. Suppose if the answer which we are getting is sum A is B, then we can write it as all A is B is a possibility. Suppose if we are getting the answer as some A is B, or some A or B, then we can write it as all A is being B is a possibility. Then suppose if we get no conclusion, like suppose if we are getting no plus no, then we are getting if we are getting no conclusion, then anything is a possibility. So suppose if we get no conclusion, then the possibility, it is a possibility. Anything is a possibility. So if we get no conclusion, then the answer will be right. So mostly we will not get no conclusion, but suppose if we get it, then the answer will be right. We can go for the sums. First one is all buildings are houses, no house is an apartment, all apartments are flats. um, See, I'll tell you the two ways of doing it. First one is all buildings are house, so buildings house. The other one is no house is an apartment, no house is an apartment, and all apartments are flats. All apartments are flats. So this one is building, house, apartment, flats. Okay, the first one is no flat is a house. No flat is a house. Um, See, according to the diagram, we might think that it is right, but the problem is we don't have any relation between house and flats. So there is no conclusion. We cannot say it. So it is not right. The second one is no building is an apartment. No building is an apartment. That is right, because no building is an apartment, because there is a relationship between house and apartment. So we can definitely say that this one is correct. So if only conclusion 2 follows, so this one is right. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the normal way of doing it. I'll tell you how to do it using the rules. Okay, flat house. So no flat is a house. We can see flat here. The first statement is, second statement is this, and third statement is this. So we can see house and flats here. So what we can do is we can cancel apartment and apartment. Then no plus. Then what we have at the beginning is no plus all. No plus all is no plus all is sum not reversed. So what we have to do is we have to write it as sum flat or not house. So this is the result which we are getting, and that is not what the conclusion is. No flat is a house. Some flat or not house. So this one is wrong. The next one is no building is an apartment. No building is an apartment. We can see building here. The first statement we can see building. The second statement we can see apartment. So house and house are cancelled. So the likely terms, we have to cancel the likely terms. Uh, then what we are getting is all plus no. All plus no is no. So answer is no building is an apartment. That is the answer, and that is the conclusion as well. So it is correct. So the second one is right. So this is the two. This is another way of doing it. Suppose if we are not sure about the Venn diagram one, we can use this one. This will always be correct. If we know the rules, then it will be correct.